Hey everyone, thanks for checking in. I wanted to show everybody the tomatoes that I've got going using the Kratky method. Now, I had originally planned to do an aquaponics system with a pond and a bunch of 55-gallon barrels, which there may be a future video on. I own the barrels, I have the pond. I just ran out of time and it became planting season. I didn't have it set up, so I said, you know what, let me throw some tomatoes together. I found the Kratky method, which I had never heard of before, and I said, let me try this, and I decided to do a little experiment. And so what I did was I used two of my buckets here. These two I filled with just pond water and literally just dumped the buckets in the pond, took out, the better part of 4 or 5 gallons, whatever, and stuck these guys in. Used the pool noodles like everybody talks about. If you want to look at how to set up a Kratky system, there's a million videos on that. You don't need to see me do it again. But these two have pond water, and then I took these two and I did regular water, just water out of the hose, and I used the master blend, the plant fertilizer that everybody says is the kind of the thing to use for tomatoes. So just initial thoughts on it is that the two with the master blend are doing much better, but really there's 3 different kinds of tomatoes here, so it's not a fair comparison necessarily, except for these two. These two are both San Marzanos. They're exactly the same, bought on the same day. These are about a month old at this point, and just looking at the one, look at the one from the pond water first. It looks pretty sick. The root system on it isn't terrible, but it's not great up here. To me, I don't know a lot about plants and whatnot, but I would guess that this is what a lack of nutrition looks like. Again, these two were bought the same day, right next to each other. They were the same size. Now this guy, and I've actually ordered earlier than I expected all the materials. I'm getting it today to be able to strap this guy up, strap all of them up, I guess. But this plant is doing much better. Again, I got to try to get it up here so you can take a look at that one versus that sick little guy. That's like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree tomato plant, right? This one, much better. I need to trim some of the stuff on the bottom, but let's take a look at the, it's a similar root ball. This one's probably a little bit bigger, a little bit healthier, which I guess makes sense because of that. So today, like the old TV show Bar Rescue, I'm going to do tomato rescue. I'm going to dump out the fish water, the pond water that's in these two, and I'm going to replace it with the master blend mix of water, and we'll see if we can't rescue these two guys. So it'll be a good experiment to see. Like I said, I've got an aquaponics system, hopefully in the making over here. That's going to be my system, my filtration for my pond and my aquaponic plantings. The pond is back over that way, and actually the whole darn thing is held together or is powered with, at least partially, by these 4 solar panels. Probably throw up a different video on that, but for today we're talking tomatoes. So here's what I've got so far. I will post a follow-up on these in maybe another couple of weeks and see what they look like after I've again put some love into them and some actual nutrition. I guess the aquaponic system with the fish water getting constantly circulated is probably a much better way to get nutrients into these guys, whereas just stagnant pond water, I don't know if it just ran out of nutrients really quick or what, but whatever it is, these do not look as good as the two with the master blend. So thanks for checking in. I'm going to get to work on these two, and I will post something. Keep an eye out for future videos where we see how this all plays out. Thanks for watching.